right, welcome everybody. Hey, thank you so much for clicking the link and finding your way to this page. I know you're gonna get some valuable information and really enjoy this. So a little background on me. My name is Justin Martinez. I'm 31 years old, former military. I was a U.S. Army Ranger. I have a master's degree in real estate development. And look, I've learned money management very well. I've been very good at managing my finances, and I've been able to do some pretty cool things in life because of that. And I'd like for you to experience that in life as well. One of the biggest factors that controls us in our life is being limited by our income. You know, they say money can't buy happiness. It might not buy happiness, but it sure will take away a lot of stress, all right? When you're not stressing to pay your bills, you're not stressing to make rent, you can go on the vacations that you want to go on and have fun and live a fun and good life, all right? So the number one thing that I have learned and what to do is making a second source of income from your existing income by tracking your existing income, all right? So by doing this, I have been able to live a pretty fun life. You know, I'm 31 years old. I'm closing on my 12th property. I've owned a bunch of Airbnbs, real estate, fix and flip properties. I've had $1 million cash in the bank. I've got 2 of my dream vehicles. I paid cash for over $100,000 in vehicles, you know, and I've been able to do these things because I actually practice what I'm about to tell you, all right? And it's nothing new. It's just something we don't do anymore as a society. Most of you that are my age remember growing up watching your parents balance their checkbook, right? They save their receipts, they log their expenses. Now they're logging their expenses and they're balancing to make sure it matches up, but what they weren't always doing is they weren't managing those finances, all right? You need to learn to manage your finances. If you have access to Excel, this is awesome. I have spreadsheets that I've made for my clients, and then I coach them on how to use these spreadsheets, same spreadsheets that I use in my life, and super awesome. And what you need to do is you need to take all the money you spend, all right, and you need to log them in expenses, and you need to categorize them in 3 categories. You've got your fixed expenses, you've got your variable expenses, and you've got your luxury expenses, all right? Your fixed expenses are the expenses that happen every month that you just can't change. Your car payments, your rent, your mortgage, if you have credit card debt, student loan debt, these are payments that must be paid, and if you don't pay them, they're going to negatively affect your credit your debt to income ratios, your credit scores, or put you out on the street. So you have to pay your fixed incomes, all right? So you can't do much there. You can limit them, you know, by paying off credit card debts or paying off your student loans, and you can minimize them, but there are just finite fixed expenses you will always have, okay? Then you've got your variable expenses, all right? Variable expenses are expenses that happen every month that they are going to happen and you're going to have to pay them, but you need to minimize them as much as possible. So these are things like, you know, gasoline to get to and from work, your groceries, your cell phone bills, your clothing allowance expenses for work, just everything you need for day-to-day life, all right? But what you need to do is figure out how to minimize that column as much as possible. Have you ever found yourself in your car, like, I should get gas, oh, I'll do it later. You forget to get gas, and then you're across town, your e-light pops up, and you're like, dang, I need to get gas, but you weren't prepared, so now you're paying 10 extra cents per gallon because you're on the wrong side of town and you didn't prepare properly? Yeah, you need to limit that out. Now, if you got a 20-gallon tank, yeah, you're paying an extra $2 in gas on this fill up. But if you fill up 10 times a month, you know, yeah, that's $20. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you do that with your gasoline, you do that with your groceries, you know, you meal prep, you prep your food at home, and you don't have to buy lunch that day, that can save you $10. You do that 10 times a month, that's $100. Now you saved $120, all right? Learning how to shop, buy the stuff that's on sale, shop at the right grocery stores. So you learn to minimize your variable expenses by as much as you can. All right. Now, once you've done that, you've got your fixed, you've saved on your variables. Now we jump into the luxuries. Now we're jumping into do you really need these expenses, okay? Now, if you've got goals and you want to go on a vacation or you want to save up for something, this is when you need to really limit the luxury expense. If you're buying that $5 Frappuccino every day, you need to cut that out. Wake up just a little bit earlier and brew your coffee at home. Yes, to get where you want in life takes a little bit of sacrifice here and there, all right? If you're not willing to sacrifice a little bit here and there, then you're always gonna keep complaining about where you're at and you're never gonna achieve what you want to achieve, all right? So that being said, your luxuries, minimize it. Do you really need that shirt, that blouse, those shoes? Do you already have functional items? Do you really need that expense, all right? So set a 6-month, 8-month, 10, 12-month period of time where you're going to limit your luxury expenses to pretty much zero, okay? And you can take your current expenses and you can literally take them from where you're at right now, reduce your luxury expenses, save a bunch of money there, reduce your variable expenses, and save more money there. Most people, just by doing this, create a second source of income from their existing income just by doing this, and you can save an additional $500 to $1,000 a month by doing that, all right? And so what I recommend is doing these 3 things, okay? Fixed, variable, luxury, managing your finances, and tracking them and limiting them. If you do this, you will be successful. I promise. You don't need a second job right now. If you just go get a second job without fixing this, you're just gonna have the same problem and you're gonna be fighting the same hole. You're just gonna spend more money and find yourself in the same place, all right? So if you need help with this, feel free to reach out, book a call, and we'll get you on and I can walk you through these spreadsheets and take you one-on-one as a client. If not, just build your own spreadsheets and do this, and I guarantee you'll see success in your life. Either way, I want you to be successful, so keep making the choices today that your future self will thank you for. Let's get it.